Alright y'all, what's up? Today we're going to be putting on a big brake kit. It's right underneath this bag. So we got the rotors right here. We got the calipers right there. These are the Ls400 brakes, so these are the lot bigger brakes. Just want to make sure that doesn't close. It's pretty easy to take it off. It's a quick conversion. It's a 17 mil bolt, that one right there. There's going to be two on the back of here. I don't think I'm going to be able to show you guys just because of what time it is. But yeah, once you break those off, just loosen them by hand. And then it gets pretty easy to, take the rotor off. Obviously, it just comes right off. Alright, like I said, once you get the two 17 mil bolts off, your whole brake caliper will come off. I just take a little bit of prying. Caliper comes off. These are huge by themselves, but I'm gonna just set them up here for now. And then to take this off, you kind of have to smack it with a hammer. Otherwise, you can put a bolt through here, and when you put a bolt through here, it pushes against the hub, so then it brings it out. So you just do one side, then the next, and you just go back and forth until this rotor comes off. Alright, so as you guys can see, this is the old rotor and this is going to be the new rotor. The size difference is pretty obvious. With these, they do have some slight surface rust on it, but that literally goes away once you drive it around the block. Tato is the one who sold it to me. They also gave me a 5 mil spacer, just in case it doesn't clear the brake caliper. This is the caliper. Pretty huge. Sorry, let me get the camera out the way. But yeah, pretty huge compared to that one. It's about the same size, but this is obviously a 4-piston. It's gonna have a lot more stopping power. So really simple install. You guys just slide this right onto here. I'm gonna have to cut the rear dust shield off a bit because it is gonna hit, but as you guys see, it does fit the hub-centric ring and then all the bolt holes, of course. So the main one, I kind of need to just push out the way, is this bottom section. I'm gonna see if I can do it without having to remove the shield. If I have to, I have to. I don't really mind. But yeah, you can kind of just bend it up and out of the way a little bit. This is my first time doing this brake conversion. Yes, that's still gonna rub a lot. So I'm gonna do a little bit more prying, try to get it to clear perfectly, but it looks like it's just rubbing up on this top lip too. This is the 10 mil I'm talking about right here on the back, or that's probably a 12 mil. Let me check. 14, 13, 14, for sure 14. Yep, 14. I believe that one and this one right here, they look to be about the same. So the only difference though is that on the stock Sc300 brakes, it has a pin coming up from the actual caliper versus this one where the on this side it comes down onto it. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it comes down from the actual line. So I'm probably just gonna swap lines to make sure everything's cool. In doing so, you have to take off a couple clips, and then this 10 mil hard line, which is not too bad. Honestly, it's 10 mil or a 14, either way, it's the exact same shit. What I'm gonna just do for now is just trim back all of the brake shield. This is gonna be really, really easy with tin snips. As you can see, I'm already like a quarter of the way done. But just keep working at it, and then just cut it all the way around. Alright, so now that I have it all cut out and it is properly clearanced, just do the same thing, kind of throw this on. Obviously there's going to be no rubbing issues now. Then I can just take my brake pad, my caliper, slapped on here. I messed up and put the wrong side on. Hold on, let me attach that real quick. So then, let me put the rotor on. It's a little bit easier to get the caliper on. Just do the same trick I told you guys. Use the 2 lug nuts. Get them down there. So you might need to persuade it just a very slight amount. I think a mallet can't fix. So now with it all lined up, make sure obviously your bleed hole is gonna have to be on top to make sure you get all the air out of the cylinder. And then go ahead and throw your bolts in. Obviously we're gonna have to bleed it, but that's gonna be a little later when the aerial gets here. That side. Alright, one thing I forgot is that there's a little part that you have to slit on the knuckle. With that, you kind of have to find out. What I did is I mounted up the top hole and then I brought it down just to see where it's not clearing, and it looks like it's barely not clearing right here. So what I'm doing is I'm just cutting out a little bit of the metal just to make sure that the bolt sits all the way in there, just because it's like you can kind of push it and it's really close, but it just needs a very small amount shaved off, and then you'll be able to bolt it up. Yeah, that should be enough. Alright, y'all, so there I finally on. It spins, doesn't grind anywhere. It's exactly how it's supposed to be. What I have to do next is just, doing the brake bleed and the other side, obviously. But I can't do the brake bleed until Ariel's here, which he's at the gym right now, so hopefully he's here by let me see what time it is. It's already 8:16, so hopefully he's here by 9 maybe, because I need to be able to drive this to work tomorrow. So hopefully he doesn't cat off, but he probably will. But yeah, I'll just show you guys how everything looks, and then I'll let you guys know if I have to use that spacer to make it clear. Wheels are all torqued on and everything. Let's see if you guys can see into there. Yep, calipers there, rotor, obviously. And I have a shit ton of clearance, like a shit ton. Like you guys can, hopefully you guys can see that. But yeah, there's hella clearance. Alright y'all, so that's gonna be it for this video. Sorry, I didn't feel like grabbing my tripod. But yeah, we threw the Ls400 brakes on, the calipers, the rotors, and then did that little cutting section for the caliper to actually sit on there. Otherwise, just cut out the dust shield and then you guys are good to go. Make sure you bleed your brakes before you drive. Please like, share, and subscribe. That's it, y'all.